Alright, what's up everybody? How's it going? It's Berk, aka Danzweight here, and welcome to another live stream on the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. Alright, looks like things are working. Nice. Good to see you guys once again. It's only been a week since we last hung out. Normally, of course, it's every 2 weeks that I do these like live streams. But last week we had a lot of fun celebrating 17 years on the channel. We did the YouTube versus Luca Goers challenge, which you guys absolutely destroyed. I couldn't believe how that session went. You guys absolutely just killed the Goers. Even on kind of the quote-unquote hardest version of that particular challenge, that was a lot of fun. And so yeah, we managed to make a little bit of channel history once again. We did something cool that we'd never tried before. And had a lot of fun with that. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, or you didn't see it, you didn't see the VOD, or you weren't there live, definitely check that one out. It's one of those VODs that's definitely worth rewatching, especially the first like hour and a half or so. It was a pretty epic sort of collaboration between the community, lots of really exciting and well-constructed plays, like a lot of smart play in order to be able to beat the Luca Goes. Of course, we had a bit of RNG on our side as well, but we did super well. Was really impressive. Ah, Sausage in the chat. Nice. Yeah, people were asking about you, Sausage. You see, like, this is what I mean when I say, depending on what happens in these streams, sometimes you get to make your mark on kind of channel community history. Sausage from the live streams we did to celebrate, I think years 12 and 13, where we went to the Omega Ruins to do the chess minigame with the chat. And Sausage kind of had a really memorable run in that one. So literally people in the chat were wondering if Sausage was going to show up so that he could potentially help us win the game. So it's pretty funny. Only heard of the legend of Sausage. There you go. You see? So that's what's at stake sometimes with these events. That's why you got to be there to be able to make your mark on the community. Yeah, tell me about it. I think it was either year 12, 13. I think it was 12 and 13. Just time flies. It's such a cliche, but it really is true. For sure. So what we're going to do to bring it back to what we're doing today, in the last session, it was a pretty crazy one. We made it to Sinspawn GUI, and that was one where in advance, me and basically everybody else was like, yeah, this is going to be really rough. Like, there's multiple parts to this boss, and they're all going to be auto-hasted. It's going to be really, really nasty. I don't know. Maybe we're going to get stuck. Maybe we need to abandon no sphere grid. Maybe we need to start really doing some like grindy stuff to be able to get through. But somehow, some way, I managed to make it through on the first attempt. A pretty epic battle. It took ages, and it took basically all of the resources we had left. But we managed to get it done. And still, somehow, with the no sphere grid restriction, we are continuing to make our way through. Yeah, we didn't even summon, actually. True. So, yeah, it was a pretty epic battle. Like, one of the craziest battles I think I've ever done live. Like, that was quite insane. And now we are on Djose Highroad. Now, before we continue, there's a few cutscenes and dialogues and that kind of thing. So I think I'll begin with those just to kind of set things rolling. And then we'll try to see if we can get to Djose Temple without basilisks petrifying half of the party before we get a turn. So let's kick things off with this session and see how much progress we can make.
You were in contact with Sin again. The toxin. Are you okay?
See, look at her caring about us now. Taken a while, but Lulu's really invested in him now.
A swift retreat. Satisfied?
What do you mean?
Those who turned from Yevon died, while the faithful live on.
The past 10 years have changed you, I see.
You do not look so well. But now, more than ever, you must be the people's strength, their confidence. Anyone else would be expected to show their sorrow. But you are a summoner. You are Spira's hope. Until sin is defeated, You must not relent. Do you understand?
Yes. I understand.
Are you afraid? Yuna, take me as your pillar of strength, as Yuna Leska had her Lord Zayon. Lady Yuna, until next we meet, farewell.
Okay, so there's talk in the chat of making sure we talk to Lulu first before we speak to Oren, so let's do that. But any scene Seymour is in, man, I've always just loved the way he delivers lines.
Rest while you can. We leave soon. Rest while you can.
Is this what you were talking about? Talk to Lulu first after the Seymour scene. Or was it supposed to be maybe before?
Rest while you can. We leave soon.
I'm not seeing anything. Is that? I doubt it was just for that. Only a high potion. I think it's just after. So after Oren's speech. We'll see. But yeah, we really use up a ton of resources for that one. We're down to these and we need to try and get our guild back up. We'll see how it goes. So we still haven't quite had the breakthrough with Kimari, but it's coming very soon, of course.
You can't ignore the teachings. You can't ignore the teachings.
Teachings? What about the teachings? Yeah, let me bother him a few more times. Let's see. Since I saw that thing on Kilika, about like if you bother him enough, he kind of reacts differently. I kind of want to try it every time now. Just keep annoying him. Yeah, he's not having it this time. Fine, I tried. Right, let's talk to the main man.
Sin is Jekt.
Yeah. For a while there, I thought I could feel him. But that doesn't mean I believe you.
Sin is Jekt. He came here for you.
So he killed all those people just for a chance to see me?
That's what Sin does. He wanted to show that to you.
It's all love,
Do you
really.
know why?
How am I supposed to know?
So you would kill him. As long as he is Sin, Jekt will keep killing. He wants you to stop him.
You gotta be kidding. How do you know all of this anyway? I'm not done talking to you. Don't you run away!
You're the one running.
Oh, he's so annoying, but so great. He could have just spilled the beans there. He could have just given us like a 5-minute exposition of the whole story right there, but he just kind of walks off and says that we're the one running. Classic Oren. Hey Tricia, thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. Tricia. Hope I was close at least. He's not wrong though. When is Oren ever wrong? It's very rare that he is wrong. So yeah, the Lulu bit, I'm not exactly sure. There is a scene with Lulu. Yeah, maybe it was like before that. I spoke to her one time. Maybe I need to speak to her multiple times. I don't know. Maybe I missed something.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I mean...
Thank you. I will.
How long do you think Nosferatu will last? Who knows? I mean, obviously once Riku comes into the mix, then things change. Because then there's a whole, like, obviously, bunch of other things that we can do. I think it kind of comes down to what other restrictions are we going to keep alongside Nosferatu, honestly. I think if that's the only thing is Nosferatu, but you kind of allow every other trick in the book, then we can probably make it further, but we'll just have to see. Why not use a cutscene skipper? Because I've been using it for like years at this point, just to sort of get through things more quickly, and I haven't actually watched the
Hey, you two.
cutscenes
Hurry up.
for a long time, so I'm just enjoying the scenes again.
She's awfully cheerful.
In dark times, she must be. She must shine bright.
Huh?
Now are dark times. Yuna tries hard.
We should help her then.
If we worry, she tries harder. Do not frown.
Don't worry, be happy.
Great moment.
Kimahri try too.
Smile, let me see. Sad.
Sad. That reaction I've always felt like, look, Kimahri breaking through there, talking to him properly for the first time, even tries to give him a smile and just like, sad. That's mean. Nice. Yeah, when you play with the cutscenes as well, like the runtime changes quite drastically. And you get a way different experience. As I say, like the last few years I've just been using cutscene remover and obviously focusing more on challenge content so much that it's actually been quite a long time since I've done a bit more of a story playthrough where I get to enjoy the scenes and the story again. So, yeah. I think a lot of people miss that very much. So, yes, myself included, many a time. So at least we have some more customization slots. So that's something. So, what did we pick up from this? We got like a... Yeah, I think this was the drop. Was it? What did we get? Was that what we got? This stuff isn't organized, but it's something like that. I don't think we got like the best drops ever. We did buy the sentry. This was pretty huge. Definitely needed that. And that's going to give us at least some chance of staying alive. %70 is harsh. It's definitely nowhere near 70%. I think most people on their first run, when they beat Brass's Fine Leon and finish the story, they're probably at least like 40, 50 hours in, I would say. Probably more. And because I've made the movie versions, including like a bit of the traversal and all that kind of stuff, I think the cutscenes are close to like maybe 7 hours, something like that. I think it's closer to like, I don't know, 15%. 70%. How dare you? But yeah, of course it has a lot of cutscenes. But I think stretched across the entire game, I've never felt like it's just, oh, it's just one of those games where it's all cutscene. I feel like it's much more egregious in games like Metal Gear, where Metal Gear might have like 3, 4, 5 hours of cutscenes for like a 15-hour game. Then I really feel it more. But for Final Fantasy X, I never felt it as much because the overall experience still takes quite a long time. Okay, let's throw a save in. Yeah, these were our like... We don't even need this save anymore. This is the one that I fired up for us to face the Luca-goers, but we already did that. Now, let's decide what's going to give us the best chance of survival here. Yeah, I think post-game is a little unfair, because obviously post-game is not really supposed to have cutscenes in many cases, I think. So, even if you just take the story only, I think most people on their first time, unless they're playing with a guide and really like speed-running power leveling, you're not going to go to like... You're not going to do it in less than like, I think 40 hours or something for most people. So I'd say cutscenes are closer to somewhere between 10 and 15% if I had to throw a number out of like a first normal run just for the story. Kimahri's overdrives, yes, I did. I think I should have them. Yeah, so basically, because I had to kind of redo part of this save, I missed Fire Breath and Self-Destruct. So I added those back in. I think that brings me back up to speed with what I needed. And here we need to make sure we pick up Stone Breath. Now the question is, what team do we go with? Obviously Aura needs to be there now because of the sentry. Kimahri might not be the worst choice, at least he protects against ice as well. But Tidus is just quick. There's Null Blaze. Yes, the fire threat is kind of gone. This one, there's more ice, I think, is the main one. Lightning, small chance. And then we've got Waka with the TKO. I need to make sure I put the TKO on. So now we're going to really start to use the tricks that we have. Just finished watching your 5 out of 10 walkthrough. Like going back to an old TV show. Yeah, I get it. It's definitely turned into one of those series. It's like a comfort series, I think, for a lot of people that kind of like to go back and enjoy it from time to time. It's great. Oh, this is what I got. I was looking for. I was like, I swear you get something sleep related for Ree. So that one. And no, we don't have the stoneproof yet. We can definitely get that. I think once you get stoneproof, then we can put her on the front line. Yeah, Sleep Strike is really nice too. Just thinking who's the best starting team. Obviously, like, I want my at least one character to be faster so I get a turn sooner. But I don't want to put Walker in. I want to swap him in with the TKO. Let's just try like this first and see how we do. Now, the NPCs have gotten far away from me. I guess the guy with the stoneproof, does he just walk all the way back? No, I think he stays on the second half. Let me think. Gonna save again. I think they loop, but the guy doesn't come back to the beginning, I think. The guy who was there right at the start. Let me just leave it on for a second. I think no one comes back all the way to the start. Pretty sure. So you need to catch him in the beginning, I think. Yeah. So let me see if I can get out of here. And then come back in. No encounter, please. There we go. So we're going to go back in and try and catch him this time. Nope. Doesn't work. That's annoying. Rip. Fine. Once they're back there, they stay there. Okay, we're going to have to make it that far without petrification protection. Let's just go. Get started. Does reload and save work? Good question. But now, thanks to the Sentry, we already started with a nice preemptive strike. Cool. Okay. So I guess these guys still appear, so maybe fire protection is still a thing. Good stuff. I think just to finish it off. It is a challenge indeed. So the target today will be to at least get to the shoe puff, but we'll see. Depends how many encounters I run from, basically. Yeah, it's true. Petrification, very busted. Let's see what the TKO can do. Not this time. Right, there it comes. So we're going to have to heal up a bit as we go here, but... There you go. SOS Null Blaze, so we'll be safe either way. Ooh, nice. Okay. Did anyone see the shoe puff card? Yes, indeed. I shared it on the socials. Fantastic. I do want that card. I was saying basically it would be cool if I could like collect them in bulk. Just have like 100 of those shoe puff cards for Magic the Gathering, and then I could kind of gift them to people or like have them as prizes or whatever it might be. That'd be kind of cool. I think they're uncommon. I think getting a whole bunch of them would be maybe a bit difficult, but we'll see. But it's definitely a very Danzig community card. Like I feel like we got to have it. So I'll see if I can get my hands on some at least. I imagine like as a singular card, it's probably not that expensive to buy, so I could maybe just buy them and make use of it that way. Yeah, I kind of wish there were dark versions of the Aeons. That would have been super cool. Yeah, that's what I've heard too, Alexa, but also the same, I know very little about Magic the Gathering in general, but yeah, I think people need to just not get too sucked into FOMO and just go too crazy over trying to buy every card, or like buy loads of packs and whatnot. If you're trying to buy packs and you're hoping that you're going to hit like whatever card that you want, there's so many cards that it really is like proper like gambling to basically try and pull that off. So just personal thing, I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you've got a lot of money to burn and you love the whole thrill of just opening packs. Oof. Yeah, so no preemptive this time, and this is what happens when you don't get a preemptive. Ooh. Yeah, this is more akin to what to expect here. I think maybe I keep Tidus out because of SOS Nullblaze. Maybe Orin gets a turn. Alright, we're gonna need this to work again. If it doesn't, we could find ourselves in trouble. If it does the lightning thing on everyone, we could probably get one hit KO'd. Yeah, that's dangerous. Oof, okay. Let's see. Just annoying these guys. Well, two of them half fire. No, actually. Fire Breath maybe does a good job for us. I'm just seeing, is there a way to take out the lizard in one go? Yeah, he probably does. I was just thinking about this guy. Can I stop him from attacking us by just taking it out in one hit? But I'm not sure that I can. Other than using Overdrive, I don't think I have anything powerful enough. I could do this and just hope that Tidus doesn't get killed. Okay, now we bring in Orin to hopefully finish this guy off. Go. Yeah, without Tidus in there against this guy, it's dangerous. Wait. Can we at least try a TKO here? There it is. Our Lord and Savior, the TKO. How long are we doing Nose Food for? As long as we can. As long as we reasonably can. As I say, I'm happy to give it up, or to just kind of use, if we need to farm for like a specific weapon drop or something, I'm happy to just basically hack that in, etc. So we'll take it as it comes. But so far at least, I mean, it's not like we've had a whole crazy bunch of game overs or got really stuck on a boss or something like that, so I don't see why not. Let's just keep going. Okay. We haven't had to face a basilisk yet. Only 4 Phoenix Downs, by the way. So this guy's already given us these two. Oh shit, here we go. Oh shit. Oof. They get 2 attacks each. Oh, crap. Okay, and the problem here is that we don't have, like the TKO won't work here. So, bit of a problematic situation. I'm gonna give it like one go to see if we can get through without, without summoning. This could be very tough. Yeah, these guys are problematic. I think. I'm thinking maybe Lulu has a chance to evade their attacks, but she's so slow that we could maybe get 3. Yeah, I did jinx it a little bit, if it's true. Just thinking, is it worth... Maybe I just leave Tidus is like a little bit of a bait. I assume they won't try Stone Gaze a second time on someone that's already petrified. So yeah, the reason I wanted to bring in Yuna was to attempt this. Sleep Strike at this stage is very powerful. Let's see if they are susceptible to sleep. I know they're susceptible to darkness, but that won't stop them using Stone Gaze. So let's try this. That's 3 turns of sleep right there. So that's important. And in the meantime, I think we'll use Lulu. She has a chance, I think, of evading like the slappy normal attack. We'll see how many fire spells it takes. Oof. That's a lot of spells. But Sleep Strike is going to be very useful here. We're going to have to keep reapplying it, obviously. But it should keep them at bay. And I think I'm going to bring Tidus back since I can put them to sleep. But I need to use Yuna's turns to do this. Oh yes. Sleep Strike is huge. But you can see they're so fast, they're still coming back before I can finish them off. Did you ever do the VA Infinito? Yes, I did. Hey Elliot, welcome to stream. There it is. Ooh. Yeah, gambling a little bit here, but I'm gonna Asuna take another chance.
Light shines strong, our woe be gone.
Yeah, it's in the Final Fantasy 2 playlist. 10-2 playlist, sorry. Okay, let's keep going. Nope, in the Auto-Haste mod, slow does not work. That's kind of part of what makes it so tough. Ever since Shaq, this enemy type has been scary factor. Yeah, Shaq is like dangerous. In 10-2. Alright, still working on this one. Wasn't it like the oversold version of Shaq is supposed to be like even more insane, like incredibly hard? Yeah, when it comes to that stuff, there's no cheeky work around here, unfortunately. Just take some extra HP. And learn Stone Breath, because that's one of the most important things we need to do while we're here. Once we get it down to just one of them, I think we should be okay. Ah, Oversoul Shack is easier, fine. It was one of the two. Like in terms of, I definitely remember some enemies where oversouling them, it sounds like it should be harder, but it wasn't. Let me think. But we're still doing okay right now. Yeah, Oversoul is a cool mechanic. So some good evasion there. Alright, just need to survive a little longer. Oh boy. Survive! Okay, good. What is the chance of Stone Gaze? Was it 50% or was it lower? Alright, nearly there. 50-50. Okay. I think we've been relatively lucky so far. Now, let's finish it. There we go. Would you ever do a 10-2 challenge? I probably could, yeah. I think the Via Infinito is kind of built well for challenge play, so I need to see what saves I've got, honestly. Maybe if there's a save where I can just do the Via Infinito and just do something different, I guess maybe I could. Maybe we can do some kind of escape the Via Infinito type challenge, like end up there earlier than we should, and see if we can somehow make our way out. I don't know. But yeah, it has been a very long time since I played 10-2. But yeah, I'd need to look into what save files I have and that kind of thing. It's been so long. Yeah, so I want to preserve Lulu's MP a little bit here, so I'm just gonna... Back to sleep you go. They're just so fast, it's hard to string together any, obviously, turns against it. It's constantly getting back up. There you go. This is better. Ooh, nice. Man, those Auron crits just never get old. It's so good. I know that Tremor level 1 has been attempted but deemed impossible. Yeah, so that's why like the escape challenges, they're not level 1 challenges. They're kind of just basically like under-level challenges. And it's more so kind of the resources and that kind of thing, where let's say you won't be able to buy any more resources, you have to go in with whatever you have and try to finish it. That's part of the fun of it. So I haven't looked into 10-2's challenge scene enough to know like what kind of levels people have done the Via Infinito at and what's possible. But as is the case in many Final Fantasies, there's always a lot of things you can do, and probably a much bigger scope for challenges if you think, even if you don't know the game very well.
So be it.
Right, let's finish it. And there we go. For the most fearsome encounter, we managed to survive.
That's how it's done.
On the 10-2 Game Facts Roman scored that basically is on his own doing totally crazy challenges, such as only took 10 minutes. This is true, but hey, we did it. Haven't had a game over yet. Now I need to make it to the end of Djose. I would like to make sure I don't die now. Alright, I need to get to him. Oh, for God's sake. No way. That's ridiculous. Literally just needed to turn around and press X and I would have had it, but whatever. Yeah, they look absolutely ridiculous in times 4 speed as well. But repeat run of what I did last time. Though after determining it would take 10 hours to complete, he never ended up actually going, what's he doing? Tremor. Flipping hell, that sounds ridiculous. Yeah, so I mean, if that kind of stuff is even people are theory crafting that shit, then if I had to guess, it's probably like some kind of escape from Via Infinito challenge is more than possible, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, not good. See, when this happens, we're forced to use a soft, basically. And we don't exactly have many of them, so we've got to be careful. Yeah, Ada asking the right question. If you don't know what's going on, you just open up the stream and you see this madness in front of you. You're just like, what the hell is this? What's going on? Yeah, right now every enemy in the game has Auto-Haste, and because we've already fought this encounter and it took a long time, I'm just kind of speeding it up using the boosters as well, just to help us get through more quickly. So that's what's going on. That's why everything looks so ridiculous. Good crit again from Auron. So the enemy will attack often. Yes, indeed. They'll attack twice as much as they normally would. So you have to deal with the consequences of that. And because they're auto-hasted, you can't slow them back down again. They're basically stuck on auto-haste for the entire fight. So it makes them very dangerous. Yeah, Adol must be new here. When you play the game as much as I have, and you love it as much as I do, you find different ways to torture yourself with the game. Torture becomes fun. Not recommended for real life stuff, but for video games, I think it's okay. Let's save her MP. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, do not try this at home. Yeah, Strike is obviously very effective, but doesn't work every time. Again, it missed. I don't know what the chances are. Coryphean, what's the... This guy must have a little bit of resistance then, right? Will you fight the Dark Aeons with this? Eventually, yeah, I'd like to. Definitely not with no Sphere Grid, though. I don't see that happening. Alright, dude. Seriously, stop running away from me. Okay. So this makes Yuna a better candidate for being on the front line. There it is. So I think I'll still go with speed here. Like these guys. Dark Shiva on Auto-Haste. Yeah, well, like, I'm curious to kind of see... I reckon if you just go, like, the usual way with Dark Aeons, like, the most kind of... If you're reading a guide and you just want to get it done as efficiently and quickly and easily as possible, then I think Auto-Haste probably doesn't make a huge difference. You're just going to wipe out most stuff regardless, but I think when you throw in a few of the restriction type stuff, I think it could continue to make things really interesting. Right bangle, that's nice. Hey John, welcome to the stream. And class of you to come in and acknowledge the gifted membership. The community is very generous indeed when it comes to that stuff. Appreciate you guys. Got that as well. The whole CTB system gets cooler the more you see turn-based games where everyone gets a turn one at a time. In this case, people can get double turns, manipulate the speed of their actions. CTB is magic, man. It's unbelievable. If you haven't seen it, you should just definitely watch the CTB breakdown video that I have. It's one of my favorite videos that I ever did. Yeah, so the sentry kind of keeping us alive here, just about. But even even without ambushes, like, we're starting fights in this scenario. Nuts. Alright, Kumari has a full overdrive again. Let's just use a fire breath or something here. Cook him. Let's go. Okay, let's go. This person. Kimari relevance. Yeah, Kimari is definitely handy in a no Sphere Grid challenge. And we just about have enough MP to kind of see this through here. Keep it like this. It's a little more. Okay. Hopefully this is the last one. Oh, nasty. I think here normally I would just summon it for it. If I was summoning. I think we can get through. If things look dangerous, if it looks like I'm going to fail, then I won't take any risks. I'll just move it along. But for now, see, the danger here is if you get hit with pollen, then you're going to be in big trouble. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm worried about the pollen counter here. It's kind of the problem. What was the rules of the pollen counter, Coryphean? I know it's not guaranteed, but just thinking, is there a way to avoid it? Because I want to go after them first. Them piling on like 300, 350 damage, 30%. 50% chance I petrify them, and if I don't, there's a 30% chance that they retaliate. Oof. I think I need to keep in Null Blaze regardless. Let's try this combination. If that worked. Let's see if TKO can do the job for us here. Okay, that's good. Fine. Yeah, Tidus needs to stay. just gonna do this. Wake up. And then now we take another chance. Ah, okay, fine. There's a relatively low chance of that happening, like half and then 30%. Yeah, it's pretty low. Nice. Oh no. Okay. That was really, really risky. That was really risky. And now we don't have... Yeah. I think to avoid going all the way back to the start of the road, Lulu Fury is a dangerous one. If we get unlucky and like a lot of them don't hit this guy and it survives and it hits us with pollen, then we basically get a game over, I think. Can't one-hit KO it. Basically, I just want to make sure that we survive until Yuna's turn, and I'm going to summon just to make sure I don't go back. So, I think that's probably what I'll do. Yeah, I needed that second TKO to hit. Yeah, just fire Raga. Alright, let's... Yeah, a summon is coming. I just want to make sure here. Only problem would be is if... Now, Yuna can't get petrified on the next one, so I think it should be fine either way. Okay. So, now we need to summon. Whew, things got a little bit dangerous there. Yeah, the TKO only takes you so far, and the problem is, because the random encounters are obviously auto-hasted, you do not get a lot of turns to make it work. So, if you're kind of unlucky, and say you need to hit an enemy 3 times for TKO to take effect, that enemy is going to have like, if it's 3 times, it's going to have like 6 to 9 turns in between your attempts to TKO it. So, it's obviously going to be very helpful, but it's definitely not going to be as useful as it is in a normal game. So, in that sense, this battle should be won now, thanks to Aeon immunities. Yeah, I just don't want to have to redo the road again. We've already been summoning in general, so whatever. You can just summon Clive. Yeah, we've got a Clive emoji too. Oh, nice. Magic's coming up. Okay. Soft arm guard. Ooh. You can, of course, get stone touch stuff. Yeah, but that's nice. That is nice. Yeah, we're out of... Surely we can avoid an encounter here. There's going to be a cutscene, right? There's no way we get an encounter. No way. Yeah. 2 pixels away.
How much longer till Xanarkand?
Still a ways.
First down the Moonflow to the Guado city of Guadosalam. Then we cross the Thunder Plains to the Temple of Macalania.
Oh, boy.
And before that, we get to pray at the temple in Djose.
Djose.
We can't just skip all that, can we? Huh?
I have to pray to the faith in every temple in order to earn the final Aeon.
That's a summoner's training. She's got to prepare mind and body, all just to get ready for the final summoning.
Must be tough, Yuna.
I'll be fine with you here.
New guy. Oh yeah, we can... Can we get an encounter here? I wonder. But yeah, when I was first thinking up the whole escape from challenge idea, basically my whole thing was, what could I do if I decided to skip here? So like I would do like a little intro movie where Titus would say, we can't just skip all that, can we? And then actually we do skip it. And then we just end up like, let's say at, I don't know, at Zanarkand or something immediately. And it's like, well, what happens now kind of thing. So it's still kind of on my mind. I like the Omega Ruins idea better at the end of it. But the whole kind of, that line definitely made me think of a potential challenge idea where, yes, indeed, we do skip. And then suddenly we end up at the end of the game with like these stats and this equipment and stuff, and without Riku.
Hey, new guy.
Me?
Who else?
What can I do for you, boss?
Don't tell Yuna you know about Sin and Jekt.
Huh?
You know her. She would distance herself from you. We do not want that.
I see. I think. Yeah, but even if I did say something, no one believed me, you know?
Yuna would.
Ah, you have a point. Come to think of it, did I really have to know about Jekt? What about my feelings?
Better than you finding out at a critical moment, becoming emotional.
What? Me? Emotional?
I heard you were quite the crybaby.
Yeah, maybe when I was a kid. Maybe even a little now. Just a little. Hey, I still don't buy your story, you hear?
Yeah, this phase of the game, man, or just constantly dropping these lines and then just walking off. Love it. Okay, so we made it safely through Djose. Nice. Now we can kind of chill a little bit and get this stuff done.
Whoa!
Yeah, this is one of the cooler temples. I did enjoy this one.
Yuna, it is good to see you and your companions are well.
Yourselves as well, Captain. We were worried. Praise be to Yevon.
We escaped with our lives, but our troops were decimated.
Of all our chocobos, only this one made it. We make pretty poor chocobo-mounted forces without chocobos.
We turned our backs on the teachings and cast away our faith. This is our just reward.
They remake the game, this temple will look insane. Yeah, that's true. And yes, Elma spotted. One of my favorite things so far, like low-key favorite things, is when we did the backtrack after getting pushed off by Chocobo Eater, and we were wondering like what actually happened to Chocobo Eater. And then Elma just like casually says, oh yeah, I took care of that feed for you. That was such a badass moment. I was supposed to highlight that, make a YouTube short. It's very rare that I make YouTube shorts. But sometimes for like those kind of moments, it might be pretty cool. So I need to try and remember to go in and find that little clip and just make a little short out of it.
It's just you now, but don't worry, we're here for you. We should never have ignored the teachings.
So many died in vain. It was a mistake.
Is that the Djose Temple?
The amount of time I spent here the first time I played just waiting for something to happen. It's one of those rare moments where it's pretty, like, it feels pretty seamless between a cutscene and gameplay. Yeah, the fake cutscene. It's like you can't talk to anyone, you can't interact with anything, you just have to take 3 steps forward. I feel like they had a different idea maybe originally with this, or it was supposed to be just a cutscene. It's strange. I don't know why.
Awesome!
It feels almost like a mistake. Yeah, this is a cool moment.
The Lightning Mushroom Rock. It only opens when a summoner is addressing the faith.
That means another summoner's already in there.
Another summoner?
What if it's Donna?
Donna.
We have to hurry.
Right! In we go!
Yeah, that's some timing for Donna to start addressing the faith right when we show up here. Otherwise we wouldn't have got to see that whole epic moment. Yeah, DH, you're right, that's the other one. I think we can just save here. Elma summoned Ark, yeah. We have this bit. Oh yeah, we this time we killed off Luzu. Thankfully, Cotillion is not in the chat, so we're good. Let's quickly speak to Gata after that.
Luzu, he's...
Where is he?
I found him, but he was torn in half.
That idiot!
What do I do now? I can't do this. I'm going back to Besaid.
Waka's so sensitive. He just hears that a man got torn in half and killed, and his direct response is, that idiot. Oh, Waka. Yeah, it's true. It is pretty graphic, but by this game standards, I have to say. Okay, let's head in. Poor guy, man. I think there's more dialogue, right?
Luzu, he's...
No, there isn't. Okay. Yeah, poor guy.
So you're a champion of Yevon now, Braska? So you're a
I beg your pardon, but may I ask your name?
I am Summoner Yuna, from the Isle of Besaid.
As I thought. The daughter of Lord Braska. You have the look of your father.
My father? You knew him?
No, I have never met the man. Ah, my apologies. I am Isaru. I am a summoner, like you.
I'm Bussy. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Maroda. I'm guarding my big brother here.
Since I was a child, I've always looked up to Lord Braska.
That shot.
I wished I would someday become a high summoner like he was.
It's a bit on the nose, but it's good.
You must have some of your father's talent in you. I believe you might someday defeat Sin.
I'm not really. I've only just become a summoner.
Of course, I've no intention of losing either. So perhaps we should race to see who can defeat Sin first, no?
Oh, very well then. I accept your challenge.
Isaru!
Yuna, I beg your leave. Good luck to both of us.
Yes.
Yeah, I do think it's one thing where like the design of the temples are really cool, but you never quite get to see the top of the temples enough, like the part with Yunalesca, as you say. You kind of see it in some shots of some of the cutscenes and whatnot, but I just wish like maybe the camera angle or something was a little different in some of these, just so you got to see more of the like the top of the temple. Like you see it like here, for example, but I don't know, like it feels like it almost undersells it a little. It's such a cool, like well-designed environment, I think. Okay, that's gonna be nice. I wish we had a Oblivion style all over. I think that's gonna be increasingly possible. I think like the individual tools are really kind of just being developed more and more so, and I feel like give it another few years and I feel like you could probably find some way to bring together a lot of this stuff to create like more of a genuine overhaul, like in a big way, you know. There's some great work being done in the modding scene for sure, and we're going to continue to hopefully enjoy the benefits of their hard work. Whoop, I saw that chest there. I need to get that as well. Okay, let's grab this. Alright, I think we can head in. He's still here.
Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so...
Alright, let's go.
Hey, you.
Me?
You are Yuna's guardian, no? Moroda's heard a curious rumor. I thought you should know.
I heard it from those crusaders. Seems that summoners have been going out on pilgrimage and just disappearing.
It could just be the fiends got them, but not so many so quickly.
Sorry I don't know more, but watch your back. Ain't much future for a guardian without a summoner, eh?
What? What? What y'all talking about?
We're talking about doing your job as a guardian.
Hey, I'm doing good. Right, big brother?
Please be careful.
Will do. Posse!
Oh, what?
We're leaving!
Be right there. See ya!
Yeah, it's also kind of crazy thinking, obviously, knowing what we know and knowing that basically every summoner that goes out on the journey knows what it means to do that. The fact that Passe, like a small child, is with them on this journey, it's like, what are they expecting to do once they get towards the end? Like, it's going to be an insane situation if they were to make it to Zanarkand with the three brothers. I mean, it's a really cool concept of like the three brothers traveling together, but one of them being a child like that is kind of nuts. Always makes me wonder how many summoners get to that point and just couldn't pull the trigger. Probably that there's definitely some of them, and probably some of them, like, it's a whole mix of things. There's just so many factors that have to go right for a pilgrimage to be successful and to bring the calm. That's why obviously it's happened so few times, despite, I'm sure, plenty of people in Spear are trying. You know, even just getting there, like making it through the pilgrimage and not getting killed by the fiends and all these other things happening. Then once you get there, it's like, can you sacrifice... Well, two people are basically sacrificing themselves. Is their bond strong enough to obtain the final Aeon? And then can they even defeat? Like, it's just, there's so many things that it's definitely like an incredibly difficult task.
The cloister of trials lies within. Are you prepared?
Let's go.